climbing the dimensions, the 7 dimensions of consciousness, the low key of consciousness. Here we go. Om Lord, this is you. Om Lord, Om Buvaha, Om Buvaha, Om Swaha, Om Swaha, Om Aha, Om Aha, Om Janaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Satyam, Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Wait for it. Now. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. You guys are so good. I love you. Om Lord, Om Lord, Om Buvaha, Om Buvaha, Om Swaha, Om Swaha, Om Aha, Om Aha, Om Janaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Satyam, Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Wait. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Lord, Om Buvaha, Om Buvaha, Om Swaha, Om Swaha, Om Aha, Om Aha, Om Janaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Satyam, Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Margo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Last time. Om Lord, Om Lord, Om Buvaha, Om Buvaha, Om Swaha, Om Swaha, Om Aha, Om Aha, Om Janaha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Om Satyam, Om
Thank you for your Shiva, the surprise they had as they approached the divine mother. This down so everybody can hear, hopefully. So remember yesterday we were reading from the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, and we learned that Vedavyasa was the one who expounded the mantra to make this beautiful Purana. So here we are. Vedavyasa was asked, "Who is this divine mother you asked me to worship? Where was she born? Who were her father and mother?" Omniscient Vedavyasa enlightened me about the divine mother. I had thought that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are the three gods who create, preserve, and destroy the universe. Is there any other beyond these three? Aren't they eternal? Vedavyasa said with a smile, "Once, as I walked alone on the banks of the Ganges River, I saw that Narada Muni, who is the son of Brahma, sat plunged in meditation beside the morning river. He sat in Padasana, the lotus posture, his eyes shut and his face utterly serene. I approached Brahma's son softly and waited for him to emerge from his meditation. When Narada opened his eyes, I prostrated myself at his feet in the sand. He laid a hand on my head in blessing, then asked me in his bright and friendly way, "Vedavyasa, your face is bursting with the question in your heart. Tell me, what do you want to know?" I said eagerly, "Master, who is the origin of the infinite universe? Where does this Brahmana come from? Some of the wise say Shiva, others say Vishnu, and yet others are certain that it is Brahma who is the first creator. Then there are those who will worship only Suryadev, the splendid sun, and others only Indra, so too Varuna, Agni, Vayu, Soma, Yama, and Kubera, as do Ganapati and Kartikeya. Then, my lord, there are the bhaktas of the Divine Mother who insist that she is the pristine creatrix, the source from whom all the other gods have come. They say that the Devi Bhagavani is the infinite form and formless too. They say she gives all that their hearts desire to her devotees, even moksha, liberation, if they want it. My heart is whirled with confusion, Narada, and indeed this life is full of darkness as it is of light. There is as much suffering and death on earth as there is joy and pleasure. I feel like a drowning man whose head is plunged repeatedly under a sea of doubts. I beg you, enlighten me, save me." Narada said to me, smiling, "Vedavyasa, once I too was tormented by this same confusion and took my doubt to my father. I said to Brahma, my father, 'Lord, what is the root of this cosmic plant, the universe? Are you its first creator? Or is it Shiva or Vishnu? Whom should I worship as the highest God? I have prayed at all of the sacred sites, yet my heart finds no peace.' Brahma said to me, 'Only the unattached know the answer to the ultimate mystery. Once, when the universe lay dissolved in the primal sea, Vishnu lay plunged in sleep upon his serpent bed, which floated on those waters. A golden lotus sprouted from his navel, and I, Brahma, was born within it. I saw no land, no sun, moon, or stars, no mountains, or anything other than the single abysshless sea. And I wondered, who has created me? Who will protect me and destroy me? Whom shall I worship?' I asked myself, and I heard a voice speak out of the sky. 'Tapasya is your way.' So I sat in tapasya for 1,000 years in the lotus in which I was born. Then the voice spoke to me again and said, 'Create.' It said simply, After some time, Shiva joined us, and then there were Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva all together, wondering what to do next. Suddenly, the sky above was lit with a blinding radiance, and we saw the exquisite Divine Mother had appeared within that light. She said to us in her entirely lovely voice, "Now, create, sustain, and destroy the universe until the next kalpa or age ends." But we asked Mother, how should we create when there are no elements to create from? No earth, fire, water, or air, but only this endless sea. The Devi smiled, and a shimmering Vimana airship flew down from the heavens. It was a crystal ship. A jeweled stairway stretched down from the wondrous craft, and at the Devi's word, we three climbed into it. Without a whisper, the Vimana rose into the sky and flew at such a speed that our very bodies turned into luminous vapor until we slowed again and saw that we hovered above the earth that was not meant to exist, for she had destroyed it by calling down the sun, and then it had rained without pause until everything was absorbed into the primordial sea. But here we were in the precious crystal ship, hanging over a familiar blue-green world that was certainly real. We landed softly on that earth, cloaked in Maya so no one saw us, but we saw them. There were rivers and forests, mountains, continents, and oceans. Men and women lived on the planet, as did plants, great and small, birds and beasts, and every manner of living creatures. We were astounded. There was another Earth exactly like the one we three created, preserved, and destroyed. As if in response to our doubt that sprang up in our hearts, the crystal ship rose away from the world silently and flashed into the sky at breathtaking speed. The azure firmament parted for us like another sea, and we flew into a marvelous realm, Devaloka, the heaven of that earth. There we saw Indra and his devas dwelling in Amravati, as magnificent and rather like the one we ourselves had known, which now lay plunged in the primordial sea. Devaloka was full of unearthly, splendorous beings. We were amazed to see, and then in an inkling, we heard the Devi's soft laugh, and again the mystic ship flew up higher still, and in a twinkling of an eye we arrived in Brahma Loka, that is heaven for the Devas. We were amazed to see another Brahma in the beautiful realm, ensconced with his marvelous palace. In his Sabha were all the Vedas and their Angas, the Nagas, the mountains, the ocean, and the rivers. Vishnu breathed and he said, "Brahma, who is this four-faced one we see here?" And Brahma said, "I do not know, Vishnu. Why, I am uncertain myself who I am at this point." Next, our crystal ship flitted into, like in a wing, down to Kailash, austere, auspicious mountain. And in a cave on the mountain, we saw the three-eyed Lord Shiva, sitting tiger-skinned and elephant-eyed, seated serenely in yoga asana. At the mouth of the deep cavern stood Nandi, and at hand we saw the resplendent Ganapati with an elephant head and six-faced Kartikeya. The Lord's Ganas thronged that mountain. We were speechless with amazement. Most of all, our Shiva. The crystal ship rose softly away from Kailash, and now we flew in moments to another wonderful aquamarine city. And here, of course, we saw another Vishnu, four-armed, his skin the hue of the Atasi flower, wearing shiny raiment and a ruby around his neck that shone like blood. We saw the exquisite Lakshmi sitting at Vishnu's side, and our Vishnu in the ship trembled. He had actually broken into a fine sweat. We sat in this crystal ship once again and stared mutely at each other. All that we had taken for granted always was the dust of illusion. Again that ship flashed away and brought us to a sea of nectar, and upon it a magical island that sparkled like a jewel under the noonday sun. We knew that it was the Isle of Legend at once. It was the Manidvipa. As we alighted, we saw flowers and all kinds of beautiful and mystic trees, all kinds of sweet birds singing from all around, and the very air was fragrant with music. A panel on the crystal ship slid open and we descended. When we had wandered a brief way, marveling at the beauty of the ocean island, we were arrested by a dazzling brightness that shone from a glade some way away. We approached cautiously and for a moment stood spellbound by the sight that met our eyes. We saw a splendid pavilion, and within it the mystic throne that is called Shivakara, whose 4 legs are Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Dharma. It was brilliant as a rainbow. The glimmering cover lay over it, encrusted with gemstones of incredible radiance. But these paled before she who reclined languishingly upon the couch. Bright as a streak of lightning, her dark body was perfect and anointed with fragrant sandalwood paste. She wore a crimson garment and a scarlet garland around her throat. Her eyes were reddish as well, and so entirely enticing that we stood staring at her unabashedly, for we were under her spell. The Devi, the Divine Mother, sat there, a smile on her lips. 2 of her 4 hands held a noose and a goad, and the others were raised in mudras of protection and blessing. We 3, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, who create, nourish, and destroy the universe, had never seen or even dreamt of such beauty as hers. Why, we realized that the birds in that blessed place sang the occult mantra Hrim, which belongs to the lady whose skin is like the color of the rising sun in her youth's lush bloom, and who is merciful past understanding. Vishnu, Shiva, and I had never seen the Devi Bhagavati before, and we stood transfixed by her beauty, wondering who she was and what she was called. Even as we gazed at her, suddenly she was transformed. The ineffable young woman stood before us with infinite eyes and infinite limbs. Then Vishnu whispered, "It is the Devi Bhagavati, the mother of us all, the Mula Prakriti. She is the Satchitananda. Look, the Shaktis and the Vibhutis surround her. I saw her upon the primordial sea as I floated there on the banyan leaf as a child when this kalpa began. She sang softly to me. I remember like a mother to a child. It was the song of the universe. Let us approach the mother. She wants us to, otherwise we would not be here." We went nearer to the mother, and then the Devi smiled. Instantly we found ourselves transformed. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva had become 3 women. We become our Shaktis. We were young and we were beautiful, and now we were allowed to approach the Devi saying, "Om." We entered her pavilion. From the outside it seemed small enough, but when we stepped in, we realized it was infinite, as was she who sat upon her splendorous throne and shone like the brilliance of a million suns. We bowed at her feet and heard her laugh softly. We soon learned why. In her crimson toenails, we saw the universe. And that was just the beginning of all the visions we saw in the Devi's presence. We were lost in wonder for over 100 years, for we saw not just this universe, but countless others. Then we praised her and sang her praises, and Devi, to the Devi. And Shiva said, Bhavani, dear mother, we have forgotten the Mula mantra we once had from you. If we are to create, nurture, and destroy the universe in this kalpa as well, give us that mantra again. And she gave it to us once more from her own lips. She said gently, Shakti enlivens the Purusha. You will have need of your Shaktis, your feminine aspects, before you begin the universe again. And from her own body, she created the three divine mothers, the Devis, who are the consorts of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva through this time. She came to us herself as Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Durga. And when we saw these three goddesses, we felt inspired. We knew that now we could begin our universe again. The Divine Mother and her island vanished around us, just as her mantra echoed softly everywhere like the very air of Manidvipa, and we three gods were male again. Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Durga were with us now, and we climbed back into the crystal ship. It lifted away from the Jewel Island with a sigh, and swift as thinking, we were back on this primordial sea, the endless sea, and we were ready to begin our great task. For now we knew who the origin of all things was, whom we must worship, the Divine Mother. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Bhuvaneshwari Mata ki jai. But they needed their Shaktis, their Divine Mothers, to help them. Any questions or comments? I'm sorry, what? This is the Srimad Devi. This is a shorter version of the longer Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. That's the 1,300-page book that sits on our altar. And this is a 500-page book. It's called the Devi. It's a beautiful, beautiful book by Ramesh Menon. So who knows what we'll be hearing about tomorrow. So don't miss a moment, and we'll go up and have the Devi's darshan before we tune out, and then the next time we'll live stream is tomorrow morning at 8:30 for the Devi Puja. So Bole Baba Ki. And everyone here can go have some lunch.